on the website, and I'm pretty stoked. I didn't realize how many I actually had, but hey, you get a chance, go check out my website. It's in the description. I posted a bunch of sticks. This is actually one of them right here. How am I coming in, by the way? Am I coming in good? If I'm coming in good, throw me a like, throw some ones in the comments, whatever it might be. I've had some issues lately with sound. Let's see, let's get this brightness up. There we go. Alrighty. All right. We will move that out of the way from the Christmas lights. Actually, we'll bring this down a little bit because that is way too high. So let's cover up the screen for a little bit. Here we go. All right. That's better. I can see what's going on much better now. And like I said, the stick drop, it is live. And I think I listed maybe a dozen sticks today, maybe more. I have more to list. I'll be listing those over the weekend. And these are the ones that I have going right now. And it's kind of just a Friday night hangout is what we'll call it. Actually, let's see. Where else should I go live tonight? I don't usually get the best luck on Rumble and all that, but hey, how's it going? Rachel here from Forge FM out of Detroit. I just posted a bunch of sticks on my website. Check them out if you want. I'm here to also just talk sticks. This is one of the sticks I made. This one is made from Michigan hardwood. I call it that because I don't actually know what species this is, but this is one nice stick, to be completely honest. But these are sticks. Most of the ones I listed tonight, if not all of them, were sticks I found when I was out foraging in a local park. And they had a huge pile that was put there by the arborists that were doing some trimming around the park and whatnot. And they were sticks that were taken from all the way across the other side of the park, and it was just a big, mishmash. And so I don't know what species I got, unfortunately. I've never been able to get them accurately identified. Google told me they were apple. Definitely not apple. They are not fruitwoods. But either way, they're still very nice, very strong sticks. And like this one right here is, in my opinion, the supreme one of all the sticks I made. This is maybe the nicest stick I've actually ever made. You see this thing is absolutely beastly. They don't weigh that much either. Like, let's see what this one actually weighs. Oh, wait. There we go. To see what this one actually weighs. This one weighs 1 pound. It looks like maybe 3 ounces. That's not actually all that much for a stick that's this stout and this strong. And I always figured sticks like these would be great for wedding, Ren Fair, cosplay, all the above. I really want to see one in a wedding for like the groomsmen or just the groom. I just think it would be so rad to see that that's where something I made has earned its place in life. Okay, so I'm going to try and go live somewhere else. I think I might go live on TikTok. I haven't gone live on there too much. I mean, I have, but they started getting a little upset with me because I was smoking on camera. And hey, it is what it is. So let's go live. Let's get this picture changed. Where are you guys coming out of tonight, by the way? Like I said, I'm Rachel. I'm out of Detroit. And this is Friday night in the workspace. Usually I do a cleanup. My desk is destroyed right now. Workbench, whatever you want to call it. It's completely obliterated. But I'm not doing that tonight. It's okay. Let's see. We're going to say stick drop is live. New sticks listed? No, let's do stick drop is live. Let's say that. Stick drop is live. All right. I got to get my other thing set up right here. Okay. Now I'm actually on a microphone, so hopefully that sounds pretty good. Let's see. We're going to take this guy out of here. Yep, it's going to get a little wild for a second. There we go. And then we're going to take this, put this up, and then we're going to take this, put this in here. Then, sorry guys, I'm still here. I swear I am. I'm just getting some things switched around and whatnot, and I shall return shortly. All right. Got this new stand for my phones. I run two phones at the same time, so I can go live two separate places at once. And so far, it's actually been pretty cool. The apparatus, I guess you could call it, that I use is keeps kind of going to the side like that. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to give anybody motion sickness or anything like that. So if you're getting motion sickness, I truly apologize. Okay, now, you see my messy desk? And Noah Thompson said, hi. Hi, Noah. How are you on this fine Friday night? It's been quite rainy where I'm at, but to be honest, I think it was like 54 or something degrees today, and that was super rad. Tomorrow's going to be like 60, 63, I think is what they're saying. Pretty excited about that, definitely. So go live. My phone is doing it again. I don't know what is wrong with my smartphone, but I got to get a new one, I think. I got to restart this phone all the time anymore, and it's just like, one of them situations. But until then, I am going to light up my cigarette. All right. I'm way later than normal. I usually go live, I think, at 7 to 7:30 on Fridays. I was actually live at noon today, and that was a lot of fun when I was working on sticks and stuff like that. And I think at this point, I think I got like a dozen sticks listed or something today. So that was pretty rad to have all that get underway. All right, let's try this TikTok thing again. Hopefully they don't scold me too quickly, but you never know with TikTok. They just love to ask people that are out there with cigars. All right, let's bring you up a little bit. Okay. Okay. And then when you get that, and it doesn't go as planned, the French toast. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to change that. Hopefully it'll work this time. Stick drop is live. Let's see if it'll allow me to do it this time. It would not let me last time. I don't know. How you doing? Oh, looks like it's going to allow me to go live. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm digging that. All right, that cigar is done. So let's go back to this big behemoth of a walking stick right here. This is a stick I finished today, and I do not know the species, but it does not matter because it is a very thoroughly seasoned Michigan hardwood. And like I said, I may not know the species, but that's all right because it's a beast actually. What did I say this thing weighed? Like 1 pound, 3 ounces, something like that. Let's see. Oh, turn it back on. Give or take 1 pound, 3 ounces, somewhere in that realm. And I wish I could figure out what species of wood this is, but Google has been feeding me some hoopla, so that's what it is. But yep, this is one amazingly awesome stick that I have made, and it was actually really rad, to be completely honest, to make. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Noah. And this one right here, actually, I had quite a few of these, and these are actually for display purposes only, I guess is what you could call this. And it is made from another mystery wood from the same pile as the other ones. And I made this like a display shillelagh to put it in your man cave. Like hanging up on a wall, put it up in a cigar shop, something like that. I don't know, something fun. I always like to see something like that being a cool place like that. And this shillelagh right here, these are all the sticks I'm showing are almost entirely made today. But this shillelagh right here, this is actually, I'm saying it's for display purposes only, but this is actually very practical. But it had a little bit of beetle damage to it, and I'm sure it could use for motivation, like, a good 1 or 2 times. But if it can't be used for like at least a dozen times to motivate someone, I'm going to say that it's for display purposes, but it's practical enough for the time that you need. And And you know, when I make these, I do like to keep little pieces on them, like the little branch ends that come off. Like I think they call them sucker. Actually, that was a sucker that came off that. And I like to add them. It just, I don't know, makes it's so so unique. And it's, let's see, like, well, this one right here, this is a good example, or even this one right here. I mean, these are obviously more like the walking stick style, and they are beastly. Don't get me wrong, but not every. I like that I can make not everything a ball end. Like I like that these are, and I had the option, but these didn't actually have any branches coming off of them, so to speak. So you got this big guy right here. I'm also live on TikTok, so yeah. And then this one right here, this one is also a mystery wood. Unfortunately, I wish I could figure out what this is. This is these two species are different, and I think, yeah, these are different species. And wait, oh my gosh, these might be the same species. And the worst part about that, if they are, I still don't know what they are, because I found them in that nice walking pile, or nice wood pile. And I'm actually these might be the same. And like I was saying before, the species that I whittled it down to was three of them. It was holly, rowan, and hazel. Hazel, that's the other one. And they're big in the UK and Ireland. They grow well over there. I don't know if they grow well over here, but either way, it's a really great stick. Let's see what this thing weighs. So this guy, big beastly stick that it is. Let's see. This one says it is 1 pound, 2.7 ounces. Let's see how long this is, because maybe this is a different species after all. But the way I come about it, for those that have heard this before, I apologize. But the way I came about these is, oh, it's 49 inches. So 49 inches, 1 pound, almost 3 ounces. And this one, it's a bit more stout. I think this one's 36 inches. Let's see what you are, big guy. This is a big thunk. I'll call it a thunk. Why not? Yeah, 36 inches. So this one's 36 inches, and this one weighs 1 pound, maybe 2.5 ounces. And like I said, this actually could be the same species as this stick right here. And I did a lot more sanding on this one, is what I'm thinking, because the spots that this is bare, it is looking quite similar. But 36 inches, 49 inches, and they weigh about the same. And you can see, like I said, that this is very stout. This is a great stick. And I'll show you guys. I'm not very tall. I'm 5 foot. I'm 5 foot, almost 5'4". Let's say that. And this right here is, for someone my height, this is actually too tall for me. But I definitely can cut them down to size if someone preferred it. Like my actual ideal height is, where is the stick at that I was using for that? Right here. This is actually my dog walk stick I take with me when I walk my dog. This is made out of mulberry, and this one is actually like the perfect height. So let's set this one down. And like the perfect height is actually when you just like slack, you just let it come up to about your wrist, and that's about where this one comes to. So that makes it about right at the perfect height. Let me turn the brightness up on this so I can get a little bit better to see. Okay, good. There we go. That's better. But yeah, this is mulberry, and let's see how long this is. And we'll get a weight on it too to see where this one weighs in it. This is 32 inches. Let's see what this thing weighs. Mulberry tends to be quite light when it's well seasoned. And this one weighs in at right around 8 ounces. And this is about an inch in diameter, I'd say. I mean, you can see that they look similar on camera, but this one is about 30% thicker is what I would say. And yeah, this one I've been using for probably a good 2 years is what I would say. But it's my dog walk stick. It's strong. It's a lot of fun. I just say that. But yeah, and this one actually, I made this one for my nephew. And like I said, I actually think I'm starting to think it's the same species as that other one. But yeah, I made this one for my nephew. He's just a little guy. It's definitely not high enough for me, but this is still, it's a very strong stick to say the very least. And it's yeah, gonna be really cool. It's gonna serve him well running around the house being a little 15-month-old. And I made his parents both hiking sticks as well, because they love hiking. That's like their thing. And they've hiked the Smokies and all sorts of other stuff. And this one right here This one is actually autumn olive. I do know the species of this one. And this one, it is kind of like a baton. I don't know. I put like a cyst on there. What does this weigh? Let's see what autumn olive weighs with the wrap and everything. This comes in at roughly 7 ounces is what we'll call it. And it looks like it could be like 22 inches. Let's see what my eyes are calibrated at. 27. I'm a little off. Still learning how to calibrate. I can do like by hand. I can feel if it's like 3/16, quarter inch, or 5/16, which are actually really kind of close. But yep. So this is autumn olive. And this one, it is available on my website. I believe my website is in my bio. And let's see. I already showed you the nephew stick, which I think is super rad. This is a mulberry one right here. I call these truck thumpers. It's the same thing with that autumn olive one. This one's made out of mulberry. And this one is, it's a beastly heavy looking stick. But let's see what it actually weighs. Because like I said, mulberry is pretty light. This is 14.3 ounces. So that's, for what it is, that's extremely light. And my whole idea when I made these, behind these, was I thought they were going to be like tire thumpers, like truckers use. And I thought, sometimes people also need a little bit of motivating. So it's a motivational tool, and motivation comes in all shapes and sizes. And Brock on the base says, hi, hello, how's it going? Got an Irish flag and a UK flag. Well, that's quite an interesting mix, to say the least. You don't see that too often. Let's see. Oh, here's another walking stick. But it is practical. But this is actually just a little guy too. Just the tiniest thing. Actually, I wonder how much this thing weighs. This is 2.8 ounces. And this is, again, it's the same species as this. Look at them next to each other. It's like dad and son. That's so funny. But yeah, it's just a cute little guy. And this is another one I finished today. And I added my special style to it and all that. And yeah, this one actually would be a really cute one for a kid. Like if you had like a kid, like what do I call him? Ring bear, like a ring bear. This would be really cute if the kid walked out with one of these. I don't know if you guys ever saw the America's Funniest Home Videos or whatever it was. It's a famous video where the little boy is a ring bear and he's nervous when he's walking down the aisle, so he takes the ring that's on the pillow and he just like runs up and throws it at the bride and groom, and then runs back to, I think, his mom. I don't remember. It was funny though. It was a cute story. Let's see. Brock in the base says, "I do woodwork. That's cool. What kind of woodwork are you into?" I do some woodwork. I made the benches for like my dining room table. I made one that I have by my back door, and I'm going to be making a table for my front porch this year, actually. And I try to make everything out of like reclaimed woods and stuff like that, or repurposing, I think you can call it. And that's usually my shtick. But what's your woodworking vibe? There's it's just endless, and it's always cool to see what people come up with out there. Let's see. So we got. Uh-oh, my pump, did it stop working on me? That makes sense. Well, had a little bit of a malfunction over here. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, ain't that something? Well, that's an oops. Hopefully I'll have a good night's sleep. We shall see now. That was weird. All right. Okay. So back to the sticks. So this is another. So most of the sticks I'm showing tonight are actually all from the same species. And this is another one right here. And this one actually is high enough for me to be a walking stick. And as spindly as this seems to be, it is actually really quite strong. Like I said, let me move this back and I'll show you. Like, it's actually, as wacky and crazy as that looks, it's actually a really good handle on the stick. Like I mean, I weigh over 200 pounds and this thing is holding my weight. That's impressive in and of itself. But yeah, this is tough Michigan hardwood. Wish I knew what species it was, but I guess it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, does it? And then to those that just came out here on TikTok, this is a shillelagh I made from another mystery Michigan hardwood. And I like to keep like the little sucker ends and stuff that come on. Sometimes I'll sand them all the way down, but it's pretty cool. It gives you kind of your own style. Its own, it's very unique in and of itself. I always thought that was fun to keep them. And I actually have it listed as a display shillelagh, but it is pretty viable. It's just, it did get some ambrosia beetle damage on it. Not much, but enough that I don't feel it's a viable motivational tool. So that's the case. Let's see. Let's make a Q&A real quick. I did not like that question. That was really weird. YouTube will try and give you some thoughts for polls and stuff like that. And that was a weird one. Now I'm trying to figure out how to make a poll. I don't know what these are, so maybe we'll find out together. Okay, maybe not. So Brock on the Bay says Irish walking sticks, staffs, and fighting stick. That's cool. That's pretty much what I make as well. I'm also a blacksmith though, so I do make knives. This is a big old bowie I made from a file. You can see the file teeth that remained, and then as well some over here. But yeah, I made this from a file. That's one of my stamps. That's a R for my name, Rachel. And it's one of the stamps I use. I actually use a 5-tap style, which means 5 taps and it's an X. It's 1, 2, and then FLF, making it a 5-tap. Like buck knives originally was they call it. If you get an original buck knife, and I mean original from like I think his name was Horace Hoytbuck. That's what his name was, and he made all his knives from files as well. And he did them with letter stamps, and they call them 4-taps. That's BUCK. And that's the OG style. And then Tom says, looks amazing. Thanks, Tom. And here is another stick right here. This is a cute little guy. This is actually a really strong stick, though. Like this can definitely hold my weight. Like I said, I'm over 200 pounds, and this guy's strong. And these are all Michigan hardwood species that was harvested at a park I was foraging at. And I got to go climb in the pile and get a bunch of fresh cuts. And this one's cool. And then I learned from a stick maker in Ireland, according to him, if you are from Southern Ireland, you like the larger knob style sticks like this. And if you are from the north of Ireland, I don't know about Northern Ireland, they tend to like smaller knobs like this. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I hear. So Brock in the base says, same, but I don't have a forge yet. But my mom got me one. It's on the way. Hey, right on, man. That's cool. That's half the battle right there is the fire. And depending, I've seen some really cool ones made with like little air pump blowers. And I actually, on my forge, I use for like charcoal and coal, I have a blow dryer actually for mine for power. It's not ideal right now, but for the time, that is what I have. And I believe I made this one actually on there. Here, where's another one? Where's that one I'm working on? Here it is. This is a Bowie I'm working on right now. I actually just put in some 45s, as they call them. And you can see the tiny little grind just started on them. I got to work the bevel, work the grind up the side. There you go. And this is one. This is all completely hand forged as well, made from a file. And what do you mean by what? Bellow. What do you need? Sorry, I didn't get what you were saying. But yeah, this is hammered out from a Nicholson brand file, one of the antique ones, which is the reason I chose the Nicholson file is because Nicholson is the name of files. It's an American company, and the Bowie is the American knife. I figured what better way than to make it than from a Nicholson file. So that's the story on that guy. And on this one, though, I'm actually not sure what file I use. I think it was a Hayes brand, which is actually made in Detroit, which is where I'm from. And I seek out Detroit-made files as much as I can. That's the only brand I'm aware of. But nonetheless, yeah, I love making knives from files. Some people look at it a little sideways, and to each their own. It's their own vibe. Everyone has their way in life. But this right here, this is a shillelagh I made. This one's for display purposes, though. and it's just cute. So I put a little jute twine wrap on it and did my whole special file on it. And Agent Mary Smith says, "What your name?" My name is Rachel, and I am out of Detroit, Michigan, and I'm showing off some shillelaghs and walking sticks that I made today, that I listed up on my website. Actually, that is in my, I believe it's in the bio. And this right here is another shillelagh. This one actually has a wrap on it. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. More like that. This one's made from autumn olive, and the wood comes out of Northeast Michigan. And it's a very invasive in our neck of the woods, at least. It causes a real problem here. And so, rocking the base says, is a horse rasp good for making axes? It definitely can be. More tomahawk style than axe. And the best way to go about it is for the bit, well, this is the way some say to go about it, is to actually forge weld in a piece. Because the whole nature of it is you actually fold it over, you take it, and then you fold it over, and then you get your point, I guess is what you call it, the edge side of it. And some will actually put in a different material that's harder, because a rasp can make an all right knife. We'll say an all right camp knife, but some like a different, like I said, a different kind of steel. So yes, it definitely can work more tomahawk style. You can make an axe, I'd say. A hatchet. We'll say a hatchet. Okay. I don't think I have my rasp knife in here right now. Do I? No, I got one. I think they're both in the house right now. Yeah, they are. But yeah, I have made knives from a rasp a time or two. And I do have a little knife over here I think I made from, yep, I made this from a rasp. I made this after Japanese kiridashi style with the little chameleon tail. But that is made from a hoof rasp. And on this side you can see it's got the teeth file teeth, whatever you want to call them, file inside of it. But yep, that is one that I did make from a hoof rasp. Farrier's rasp, whatever you want to call it. I hear it called both things. And those were made from, that was made from Save Edge brand, I think it is. And Save Edge is more modern. I do have an extremely old one from, I think it's Brooks Brothers or something. I've only seen the one, and it's the one that I have actually too. And I've never used it because I never knew what to use it for just yet. Let's see. Brock in the base says that is so good. Thank you. And let's see. Actually, let me get that. I'm gonna grab that rasp real quick. It's right over here. Ah, almost tripped over my stool. So this is the old rasp I was talking about, and this is really a thick piece of steel. And this is actually Stokes Brothers. That's who made this. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is Stokes Brothers. Yeah, and like I said, I've never seen one this beastly before. But this is one that has, this can make actually a big sword if I wanted to go that route. Yeah, this could be a lot of fun. But I actually have actually I'll move my anvil out of the way. Okay, let's put that there. I don't know if you can see right there, but that's a whole bucket. This is a ridiculously giant spoon, I mean, but these are all hand files right here for my knife making, and then I have them all across my back wall and stuff like that too. And this is actually a battle spoon I made from white oak, and it's just a silly thing I had fun making. I actually made two that were as tall as me, and they were made for Ren Fair people. I thought that was really cool that they got into that, and that's actually how I learned about them. But yeah, those were neat. I'm gonna be making battle forks here soon as well. Let's see. Okay. And Brock on the base says, I have two of them in my woodwork room, rasps. That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of material that comes with the rasp. So they are very cool, very handy for making a lot of different things. Even like big like camp knives for like big hard chopping and stuff. There's some that even make kitchen knives out of them. Some say there's not enough carbon to make a good kitchen knife. I guess that depends on who's using it, like a professional chef, maybe they wouldn't be so into it, but like an at-home chef, it probably hold up pretty well. I'd say it hold up probably better than well. I bet it hold up actually pretty well. All right. I want to light up one of my little cigars and hopefully TikTok doesn't kick me off. Okay, you know what? Let's actually talk about some more sticks. What are some other ones I got? I don't know if I showed you guys this one. Cute little thing. It's just a little guy. I mean, it's totally practical though. This would be great for, like I said, like a little ring bearer or something in a wedding. I think this would be just freaking cute for just the little ones. Or even if they wanted to really hike and they're like really little and they want to be like mom and dad, this is definitely a stick for them, and it absolutely would work. That's a strong one. Man, one of them days where it's like I ain't had enough water. Holy cow. What is it? It is 9 o'clock. I've been live for 31 minutes. I'll finish this little cigar and I'll probably be kicking out for the rest of the night. So while we do that, let's talk about another autumn olive stick I have. Actually, I wiped off the dust. So this one is also made from autumn olive, like some of my other ones are, and this one's got like that gray end on it. And this is the thing about autumn olive. It is actually quite a strong wood, but it has flex in it. It's a little bit whippy. And some like that, some don't. It just depends on like what your vibe is with the hiking or sticks. But it weighs so little. Let's actually see what this thing weighs. So in ounces, it is 12.3 ounces. And Brock on the base says it is 2:02 a.m. for you. Yeah, 5 hours ahead. So yeah, that makes sense. And then there's the Atlantic time, which I learned about recently because I haven't heard about it in years. And it was, I think, Nova Scotia, and they're 4 hours ahead of me. How does it go in YouTube land? I am Rachel. I am out of Detroit, and this is Forge La Femme. And I am talking about walking sticks that I was making today. This is one of them, right here. And it's actually, I think this one just got listed on my Shopify. It is available. Yes, this is a sales night. Where is my other one I made? This is also an autumn olive stick, but this one's much bigger. This one's 49 inches, I believe it is. And this one is quite a strong stick. This is actually a good hiking stick. It's 49 inches. Let's see how much this guy weighs. This weighs, looks like 13.2 ounces. That is not much. And it has a good bounce. And yes, I bounce my sticks, and that is a way I tell if they are dry enough. And they have kind of a tink sound to them when they are ready to go. Let's see. This is another one right here I thought I was going to do like a ball end on. I ended up keeping it as more like a T end. So it's got like, more grip to it, I guess you could say. Or like a nicer grip rather. But this one, I can't remember how long this is. I think this is like 34 inches or something. What's this guy weigh? This is, if I can hold it straight, somewhere around 5.5 ounces it looks like. And it's amazing how strong a stick can be, even though they can be quite thin like this one. And it like I said, this thing, I weigh over 200 pounds, and this guy can definitely hold my weight. Ain't no doubt about that. Yeah, it's a tough stick. It's actually the same species as, where'd that big critter go? It's the same species as this one right here. These pale in comparison. But no, these are the same species. And this one right here, as big and heavy as it looks, it actually does not weigh. Actually, what do you guys think this stick weighs? You tell me. I just weighed it again. If you guys can guess the weight, you get the high five of the night. What if I can make a poll on YouTube? I've been trying to figure it out, and I cannot figure out how to do it. They got stickers, and I can flip the camera around. That's not what I'm after. I just want to make a poll. Let's try this. Automatic chat translation. Nope, I don't even know what that really even means. Let's give me the option to share this. Oh yeah, share my chat with everybody you know. Let's talk about sticks tonight. Yeah. I actually almost left this one a little bit longer on the handle. I thought it would have been funny if you could have also used this to like trip your grandkid that's being a bad kid. Sometimes you gotta be a little devilish in life. Some disagree on that, and that's okay. But I think you should. Not everybody can be an angel all the time, and the ones that say they are liars. And that's just the way it is in life. So encourage more viewers to share. Let's see, I need to fill up my water bottle. Oh, I ain't got much water left either. Holy moly. I'm just like falling apart at the seams here tonight. My Fridays are usually more, like I said, cleanup centric. I'm usually cleaning the workspace. I did sweep my floor tonight, though. That was in desperate need of that. Had all my cut ends and all that stuff on it. Okay, so you go over there. All right. Let's put this back on. I can blow through so much water talking on these lives. It's amazing. This little stogie already went out. What a bummer. Need to light it up again. All right, let's see. What kind of wood do you use to make your sticks out of? Now I'm trying to figure this out. So we got that. Okay. That. Some people can figure out how to make a write a poll really quickly. If you guys know how to do a poll on YouTube, please let me know by all means. I'm very interested. I'm just gonna babble about that for a minute until I figure it out if I can tonight. So far, it has befuddled me. Create a highlight. Oh, okay. That's wild. It just made a 49-second highlight. I don't even know what it's going to include. So it's going to be me babbling about making questions and why I can't figure it out and why I'm peeved by it. So you, a newcomer on YouTube, if you know how to set up a questionnaire, please let me know. I'm dying here to figure it out. Okay, that's not what I'm all about. So relight. I don't even know what that does. I probably will not put this live on my YouTube. Text, stickers, highlight, hide live video, retouch, lighting. Oh, when you talk to someone like me who's blue collar, you can't figure this stuff out. And for God's sakes, I swing a hammer at hot steel. I have to go now, but will you be live tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday. I usually not know. I shouldn't say never, but pretty much it'll be. You know what? I will not be live tomorrow. I will be live on Sunday though. I'll be live. I think 2 p.m. is when I go live on Sundays. And if you want, we can talk making sticks. Be a lot of fun. Every now and again, I get a stick maker in here, so it'll be pretty cool to chat about it. But you know what? On that note, I'm also going to leave. So have a good weekend. Enjoy your time in the part of the world that you are in. And I am out of here. Adios. There we go. All right. And over here on YouTube, same thing. I'm going to try and figure out how to ask a question during a live. Actually, I'll do it on this phone right now. Give me my phone. Okay. So I got my other phone. Let's see. How do I ask a live question? How to set up a poll on YouTube Live? Nope. Okay, open the live chat, which is open. And that's not how that works. Let's see. Okay. And this is not giving me the ability for that. Okay, so you what? Apparently, I go in YouTube Studio for this. You guys are coming along for the ride with me while I do this. Okay, so dismiss. Nope. Oh, weird. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can get a picture of this. Well, hello, newcomer. How goes it? I'm trying to figure out how to do a poll while I'm live. And I'm having no luck at this time. Okay. I am out of here. Peace.